welcome to a landmark celebration of talent and power. The second edition of the Hollywood Reporter India's Women in Entertainment 2026.
Any woman who has been there and who has found herself saying, I just cannot do this, and still wipes her tears and gets back up and does it anyway, this is not something ordinary. This truly is everything.
Looking at this room, at the dazzling talent present here, women I've long admired, women I've looked up to, I can truly say Shanti is in Wonderland.
The Hollywood Reporter India's Women in Entertainment Power List 2026 Timeless Icon Award goes to the wonderful Rani Mukerji.
Actually doesn't feel that I've completed 30 years in the industry. It feels like the journey has just flown by. But I remain deeply committed to doing meaningful work, to representing women on screen the way they deserve to be seen.
Ladies and ladies, this is your cue to settle down. In case you might have noticed, the theme for tonight was a touch of sparkle. I took that tad too seriously, walked into a vat of sparkle and then walked out because I've got to match the brilliance in the room tonight. Thank you so much for being with us. And look at each of you sparkling away tonight in this gorgeous ballroom at the Fairmont Mumbai. Welcome. Welcome to a landmark celebration of talent and power. I am Rohini. I'm your host for the evening, and I'm delighted to welcome you to the second edition of the Hollywood Reporter India's Women in Entertainment 2026. Yes! In partnership with the De Beers Group, RPSG Media, and the RPSG Group, please give them a round of applause because they've taken this on. Once again, a much louder round of applause. Thank you. They have taken charge once again for the second year in a row to celebrate you. You, that is bona fide royalty, who continue to radiate through your excellence. Last year, how many of us were here last year? Did you see how brilliant I was? I was great, but so you look great too. This year, new costume, mine's almost the same, but it was great fun. Okay, it was the first time we were doing this, and last year I remember it was quite the cocktail, as they call it, of sisterhood. But I see us taking that, up a couple of notches this year because we have our Power List announcement and the awards. The women we will celebrate tonight have never shied away from being too much. So if you are too much and you're proud, give yourselves a round of applause because I am too much, and I love it. So if you want to handle that, you need to learn. Okay, I'm not going to dim my light or shine any lesser if you can't handle it. While our daily lives, and the reality is, we have the Holy Trinity: coffee, confidence, and for some of us, and specifically me, a really good concealer. You have upped the game and been the best champions you could have been for each other. To use your voice for what's right, to stand firm on what you believe, and to make room for the ideas that matter. We're here to celebrate brilliance, resilience, and style, Hannah, because that's what we do. We do it all. We do it in eyelashes, in the makeup, and in the 7-inch heels. And I think that as much as that sounds like, oh, come on, we have to get... No, that is the thing. We do it all with grace, and we do it all with beauty. And I think that's what makes us special. Thank you so much, each of you, for the inspiration that you provide and the incredible legacy you continue to build. The stage is simply brighter because you will be on it. This evening, of course, wouldn't have been possible without our incredible partners. The Hollywood Reporter India's Women in Entertainment 2026 is in partnership with De Beers Group. A round of applause for them, please. Yeah, thank you. Our celebration partner, Roku Jin, please give them a round of applause. I think they'll say you must clap for them. Yeah. Hydration partner, Vedika Himalayan Spring Water. Hospitality partner, Fairmont Mumbai. What a beautiful venue tonight. Our media partner, iDiva. Thank you, each of you, for making this happen. Please give them a round of applause. Thank you. Coming up on stage is a leader at the forefront of shaping India's media landscape, the visionary and luminous force behind bringing the Hollywood Reporter to India. As chairperson of RPSG Lifestyle Media, she has led the launch and growth of influential global titles in India, including The Hollywood Reporter India, Esquire India, The Rob Report India, creating platforms that spotlight excellence, honor craft, and elevate India's creative industries onto the world stage. She also serves as vice chairperson of Saregama India, one of the country's most storied cultural institutions, whose music has shaped the soundtrack of generations and continue to play a defining role in India's cultural narrative. In addition, she is the global chairperson of the BRICS Women's Business Alliance, where she champions women's leadership and economic participations amongst emerging economies. Ladies and gentlemen, sure, you can give me a hand for getting that intro spot on, because that is how amazing she is. But now, louder for her, please. Join me in welcoming Avarna Jain. Please give her a round of applause and welcome her to the stage. Thank you. Avarna, over to you.
Well, thank you so much, Rohini, for that very, very generous introduction. And good evening to each one of you. It's really, really wonderful to be back in this room. Last year, when we launched the WIE Power List, there was a part of me, a small but very honest part, that wondered how the industry would react to this. Would they really take us seriously? Would they see it as just another list? Another evening of compliments, of cocktails? But this proves they didn't, and you didn't. The conversations that came out of last year's list were sharp, uncomfortable, and exactly what we needed. Women called us to say they'd been noticed. Others called to say they had not been included. But that told us the same thing, that this list mattered. So here we are again. What I want to say to this room, and I don't think it gets said often enough, is that none of you got here because someone opened a door and invited you in. You got here because you showed up so many times, so consistently, and with so much work under your arm that the door became irrelevant. You built your own way in. And some of you, I suspect, built the entire building. I know what that costs, to be the only woman in a room where decisions are being made, to have your confidence read as aggression, and to watch someone else take credit for your idea, for your win, and then smile through it. We've all been there. Some of us were there this morning. And yet, here you are, not bitter, not tired, still building. People often like to call that resilience. I don't think that's the right word. What the women in this room do is something entirely different. You don't just survive this industry, you push it forward, and you make it very hard for it to go back. A few women who I wanted to name, but Rohini, of course, did a great job of naming many of you. I want to name two specific ones. Rani Mukerji, who has entertained us from Tina to Michelle McNally to Mrs. Chatterjee, with performances that resonate far beyond the screen. And Santhy Balachandran, who has co-written Lokah. And I'm sure you all know why that's so special, but I'm just going to say it anyway. because it's India's first female superhero film. The entertainment business is changing faster than any of us can keep up. New platforms every season, new formats, and new ways of telling stories. And of course, newer ways of going wrong. But what hasn't changed, and what I don't believe will change, is the most interesting, most daring, and most commercially sharp work is coming from, you got it, the women. That was true last year, and it's more true this year. The Hollywood Reporter has been a credible voice in global entertainment for decades. When we brought THR to India as part of the RPSG Lifestyle Media portfolio, it came with a responsibility, not just to cover the industry, but to be honest about who is actually driving it. The power list is how we hold ourselves to that. And I'll be honest, putting this list together this year was much harder than last year. Not because we couldn't find the names, we had the opposite problem. The women we were looking at had done more, they had gone further, and raised the bar so high that our conversations got longer, louder, and occasionally quite heated. Which of course is exactly how it should be. To every honoree here tonight, you are not on this list because of your title or your last project. You're on it because of what you represent. A standard you refuse to drop. And somewhere out there, a younger woman in this industry is watching you and thinking, okay, so it can be done. Or maybe, okay, I can do it too. To every woman here whose name isn't on the list, you are always a part of the story. You're in this room because you belong in this room. And next year, or the year after, don't be surprised when your phone rings. We're only in year 2, and there's so much more to do, so many more women to recognize, and so many more of these conversations to have. But every time I walk into a room like this, I don't feel pressure. I feel impatient. Impatient to do more. Because the women in this room have never waited for anyone's permission. You've set the pace. You always have. On that note, I want to make a special mention for our keynote speaker, my dear Samantha. Thank you for doing this. The pivot you made at the peak of your career is really what we should all aspire to. It wasn't easy, not the actual change, not the actual pivot, but the confidence and courage of conviction to change something that doesn't feel right. I can't wait to hear what you have to say, but before you come on stage, I want to say one last thing. As you walk out, on my right at the back, you'll see a small installation that we call the wishing tree. Tonight, while we celebrate women who have opened doors, the wishing tree is for the girls still looking for the handle. Each tag carries a collective wish. Girls wanting to stay in school, girls wanting to grow up healthy, and girls having the freedom to dream. We are honored to have CRY, Child Rights and You as our impact partner tonight, an organization that has spent decades ensuring every child Thank you. Decades ensuring every child has the chance to learn, grow, and live with dignity. If any of these wishes speak to you, pick one. No contribution is too small. Anything you want, you can give. It'll go a long way. And that's what this night is truly about. We are here to cheer the ones who are paving their own path and celebrate those whose journeys have inspired the rest of us. Please enjoy tonight. It's your night. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Avarna, and thank you for announcing our keynote speaker up next, who is a masterclass in the art, as you said, of the pivot. In an industry that demands perfection, she's offered us something far more powerful, that is unalloyed resilience. Navigating every storm with unparalleled grace, she didn't just survive the spotlight, she mastered it. From a leading lady to a formidable entrepreneur, she proves that grit is the ultimate venture capital. Please welcome the woman who just didn't face the fire, she used it to build an empire. Samantha Ruth Prabhu.
Wow, thank you for that introduction. And thank you, dearest Avarna. Good evening, everyone. Honest confession, when I was asked to speak tonight, I almost said, "Are you sure you want me?" And then I realized, no, I want to speak tonight. And that first response is exactly why I want to speak tonight. We are so used to making ourselves smaller. I receive a compliment and I trot out 3 reasons why I don't deserve it. Oh, I got lucky. Oh, it was the team. Oh, someone else did most of the work, and so on. We alter our schedules, our opinions, our ambitions, so that everyone around us are comfortable. And we do it so cheerfully and so willingly that we don't even register it as a sacrifice. And then there are the sorries. So many sorries. Sorry I have a strong opinion. Sorry I asked a question. Sorry I asked to go early. Sorry I asked for more pay. Do you know that women apologize 10 times more than men for the exact same situation? Imagine that, 10 times more. So I want to say this tonight, and I say this with kindness and humility. Stop. Stop apologizing for the space that you have rightfully earned. Credit is not a bad word, and ambition is not a character flaw, and just a simple thank you for a compliment is not arrogance, it's just truth. I want to take a moment to focus on why all of us are here tonight. Not tonight, but in this industry. No one enters the Indian film industry because it feels safe. I mean, job security, hours, scrutiny, self-doubt, rejection, objectification. It's personal even if they tell you it's not. So any woman who sees all of this and still says, yes, this is what I want, this is where I see myself going, is already extraordinary. I don't have a polite way to say this. Audacity would be second best. It takes sheer audacity for a woman to be in this industry. So I want every woman to get the applause that she deserves for choosing this and for standing up again and again in an industry that makes you work for everything twice as hard. I mean, this is bravery. I know that most of us here have had moments and phases where everything has fallen apart in ways we didn't plan for. And the world does what it does. It moves on. And you're left standing there at the start of something or in the middle of something unfinished, trying to figure out who you were when everything that defined you has gone quiet. You know, I have realized, and this has definitely taken a lot of time, that it is in these seasons that the most unexpected things happen. You find yourself not performing for anyone. You find what you truly love and what truly drives you and what you would do even if no one was watching, even if no one was clapping. And I think that's when you're not. And I think that any woman who has been there and who has found herself saying, I just cannot do this, and still wipes her tears and gets back up and does it anyway, this is not something ordinary. This truly is everything. And since we're here to celebrate one another and perhaps be real with one another, I would like to say something about the industry that we are building together. I dream of a day when a woman's name above the title is so insignificant that no one talks about it. I dream of a day when stories are not called female-led as though they were a risk, a category, a qualification, or worse, an apology. I dream of a day when women on screen are as contradictory and complicated and real as the women watching them, not just someone's wife or the reason the hero finds his courage, just themselves, fully. I dream of a day when a woman negotiating her contract is the most boring headline of the week. And I dream of a day when safety on set in every form is not something that is hushed up about, but what this industry builds as a foundation. I know we are far from it, but every woman in this room is helping build it. With the stories she chooses to tell, with the negotiations she refuses to back down from, with every younger woman she brings into the room with her, it changes. It might be slow, it will be stubborn, it takes audacity, and it takes one brave woman at a time. Which brings me back to where I started. This is who is in this room tonight. This is all of you, brave. And even if there's one woman who needed to hear that, I'm so glad you came. Thank you. And thank you, dearest Avarna and Anupama Chopra, for bringing us all together for this celebration. It is truly an honor.
Well, what can I say? Samantha Ruth Prabhu, ladies and gentlemen. Preach, preach, preach. That was amazing. Wasn't she amazing? Thank you so much. You know, Varna some time ago said that there are women that girls look at and they say they want to be them. There are women who champion the way. There are women who, for the very first time, showed the country that you could review a movie extremely dispassionately, do it on television, and just pave an entire new career path for girls like me. That woman is, of course, up next. Her name is synonymous with cinematic excellence. From her insightful interviews to her deeply researched books, she's always championed cinema. Now, as editor of The Hollywood Reporter India, she continues to provide platforms for stories that are as rare and as precious as you, each of you in the room tonight. Please welcome the incredible Anupama Chopra. Thank you. Anu, may I please request you to unveil something that we've been really excited about, and that is Power List 2026. Over to you.
So they're not sure that I can reach the mic. They're trying to get a riser for me. I think I can do this. We're good. We're good. We don't need to prop me higher. You can all see me, right? Thank you. So welcome to a very, very special evening. Tonight really means the world to me. I've reported on cinema for a very long time, and I know well the glacial pace at which change takes place, especially when it comes to women in entertainment. So 10 days ago, finally, a female cinematographer won an Oscar. Okay? Autumn Durald Arkapour for Sinners. It only took 97 years for that to happen. 97 years. But here's the thing. Women persist. We are resilient and determined and hungry. The Hollywood Reporter India Women in Entertainment Power List, in partnership with the De Beers Group, is a celebration of this. Through this list and this event, RPSG Lifestyle Media and the RPSG Group salutes every woman striving in this business. This association with the De Beers Group also underlines the qualities we are showcasing today: rarity, authenticity, and originality. The partnership between THR India and De Beers reflects a shared commitment to celebrating voices that are shaping culture. Each one of you is opening doors for the next generation of women and for the next generation of men. Each of you is shaping a more inclusive industry and the contours of pop culture, and through that, the social fabric of India. This list has been put together with extensive research provided by Past Perfect Heritage Management and many months of curation and debate. Power is a beautiful and mysterious thing, and these women wield it with grace. They're unique and timeless individuals. I'd like to request our chairperson, RPSG Media, Ms. Avarna Jain, to join us on stage to felicitate and honor these incredible women. But first, please put your hands together for the Women in Entertainment Power List 2026 in partnership with the De Beers Group.
Avarna, can I please request you to come back on stage with us? And I am going in alphabetical order of the list. So a few of these amazing women are with us in the room tonight, and it'll be great if you can join us on stage. Aditi Srivastava, Yes, you got to clap. Ananya Pandey. Anayata Shroff Adajania. Aparna Purohit. Guneet Monga Kapoor. Huma Qureshi. Jyotika. Kajol. Kiran Rao. Rani Jain. Priyanka Khemani. Samantha Ruth Prabhu. Sonam Bajwa. And Zoya Akhtar. Oh, wow. This is the moment. This is when the stage really bursts open. Thank you, ladies, for doing this, for being with us tonight. It's also a bit of a meet and greet. You know, love those shoes, love those hairs. All of that has been replaced with love what you did last year, love what you brought to the room. Avarna is being the kindest, most patient person. She's getting the trophies in her hand. And Avarna, could I help you? Huma? Huma, would you please step forward and accept your award? So cute. I know the ladies have a couple of things to carry in their hands, but one award and that beautiful Saregama Karva. Jyotika ji, I hope you're with us on stage. Kindly step forward. Thank you so much for accepting the award tonight. That means a lot. Shayoni has instructions for all of you to look into her camera. Shayoni is standing there in the middle of all of those cameras. Up next, Kajol. Thank you, Kajol. Renalini, would you kindly step forward? Thank you. And the Karwa, please. That is my favorite thing to take home tonight. I hope I'll get one. Thank you so much. Kiran Rao, ladies and ladies. Congratulations. Sonam Bajwa. Sonam. Samantha Ruth Prabhu. Zoya Akhtar. Can I invite Anupama Chopra to kindly step up for a moment with the wonderful ladies on stage? I do hope that everyone has a plaque in their hands. And don't forget the Saregama Karva. Okay, kindly step forward. Anu, would you kindly flank the ladies? All right, ladies, this is your cue to kindly look ahead. That is a part of the Hollywood Reporter India's Women in Entertainment Power List 2026. Wow, thank you, ladies. And of course, thank you, congratulations. And more importantly, thank you for the inspiration, each of you. It's been amazing to share stage with you. Thank you. Each of you, in your own way, have been unique, a singular force of nature in an industry that's always been changing. As the great Maya Angelou once said, a girl should be two things: who and what she wants to be. Tonight, all of you have exactly been that. Thank you, of course, for celebrating this power list with us. And I think the grace has been in the room for the women who sat there to applaud and cheer on these women on stage this year. So can I please give it back to you? A round of applause for you. Thank you. Moving on, of course, to three very special awards. We begin with the Hollywood Reporter India's Women in Entertainment 2026 Breakthrough Artist of the Year. Her magnetic presence and nuanced range have quickly established her as a formidable new voice in Indian cinema. Following the massive success of Saiyaara, her ability to inhabit complex characters with effortless authenticity has solidified her reputation as a standout talent for her generation. The Hollywood Reporter India's Women in Entertainment 2026 Breakthrough Artist of the Year goes to Aneet Padda. If you're looking around, well, Aneet unfortunately couldn't be here tonight, but she has sent a lot of love and a lovely video message. Eyes on the screen, please.
Thank you so much, Anupama ma'am, the team, and the Hollywood Reporter for honoring me with this Breakthrough Award. Saiyaara has changed my life in a way that has been deeply personal, and words truly fall short. Vani receives so much love every single day, and everything that has happened since last July is exactly what dreams are made of. So this award is a reminder that we must aim for that Taro Mein Ek Tanha Taro. I would like to thank Adi sir, Mohit sir, Akshay Vidani for giving me this film, for reminding me, and not just me, but to all those who watched the film and loved it, that love is beautiful and sacrificial and grand. I would like to thank Ahan for reminding me what passion and hard work looks like, and without you, this film wouldn't have been as memorable as it is. And most importantly, I would like to thank the audience for constantly supporting me and showering me with all kinds of love. I hope that I can give it back tenfold through my work. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you, Aneet, and we promise that we'll send her the award, okay? So please check with her tomorrow, it should reach her. Time to present the next award of the night. This is the Hollywood Reporter India's Women in Entertainment 2026 Changemaker of the Year Award. And to present this award, I'd like to call upon a trailblazing director and producer, someone who just shifted the cinematic lens of what we call Bollywood, trading conventional tropes for authentic and layered storytelling that resonates across global borders. To present the award, I'd like to invite on stage Zoya Akhtar. Joining her on stage, Smita Chatwal and Nitin Chatwal, ownership Shrem Airport Hotels, and Rajiv Kapoor, General Manager, Fairmont Mumbai, and Roswin, a Morgan's Originals Hotel. Kindly step up on the stage with us, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much. And now, towards the awardee. A formidable talent in the independent and mainstream crossover space, she embodies a rare blend of academic rigor and cinematic intuition. With the global success of Lokah Chapter 1, she has further solidified her status as a global performer, anchoring high-concept storytelling with a grounded and compelling human center. The Hollywood Reporter India's Women in Entertainment 2026 Changemaker of the Year award goes to Santhy Balachandran. Congratulations, Shanti. Thank you so much for joining us. A round of applause, please. Ladies and ladies, we can do better than that. Also, a round of applause if you love Lokah Chapter 1 as much as I did. Really, one of the coolest things I saw last year on the big screen and truly made me go back to the cinema to watch that story again and again. As Sucharita would say, women telling women stories. Thank you. Thank you for writing that for us. And as she accepts the award for Changemaker of the Year 2026, I would love it if she'd say a few words after receiving another beautiful token of appreciation, because the Karwa obviously is for you as well. Congratulations. How beautiful. As someone who spent 20 years in radio, I'm like, thank you. Very important. And all of us have to say speech, because if you don't give speech, not okay. We're gonna have a mic magically appear. Thank you so much. And would you kindly take the stage? Thank you so much to our presenters who gave us your valuable time. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much, Anupama ma'am, Avarna Jain ma'am, and the Hollywood Reporter India for this tremendous honor. I'm a bit lost for words. I am feeling very overwhelmed. So I hope all of you will bear with me as I feel my way through my first ever thank you speech.
Yes. Woo!
So I must have been about 6 years old when Amma realized that I'd been missing for a while. She went around the house looking for me and finally located me in the storeroom. I was sitting inside a giant bucket, you know, one of those big ones where you store water during the summer months. Sitting there quietly, and she asked me what I was up to. And I told her that I was Alice, going down the rabbit hole to Wonderland. Now, at 6 years old, I had a pretty vivid imagination. But what I did not have yet was a team, a tribe of fellow dreamers who would invite me to join forces with them to build worlds together. And that is exactly what I had the privilege of finding with Team Lokah. Writer-director Dominic Arun, my longtime collaborator, best friend, mentor, and tormentor. Thank you so much for bringing me on board to detail this extraordinary world that you conceived. 9 years into our association, I continue to be inspired by your fearless choices. Nimish Ravi, our extraordinary director of photography, whose passion for crafting the perfect frame is only matched by his passion for championing his friends. Dulquer Salman and Jom Varghese, our visionary producers, thank you for putting your faith in this story, for choosing to open this franchise with a female hero. Your risk has made history. I'm sure that each woman sitting in this room today knows the value of having male collaborators who leverage their privilege to further your own creative journey. These gentlemen truly have been my allies. The incredible cast and crew of Lokah, from Kalyani, who embodied the iconic Kalyangat Neeli with such grace and precision, to the boys who played the perfect foil, Nasran, Chandu, and Kurian, to our wonder kid editor, Chaman Chako, our brilliant music composer, Jakes Bijoy, and truly every person who worked on Team Lokah. I would not be standing here today without them, because much like it takes a village to craft a compelling film, it takes a collective to drive meaningful change. So I really thank my fellow disruptors for consistently making choices that defied convention and that led to making box office history. Last but not the least, I'd like to thank my parents and my brother for watching over me with a potent mix of fear and faith as I continue to leap down unknown rabbit holes. Tonight, looking at this room, at the dazzling talent present here, women I've long admired, women I've looked up to, women who've paved the way for those that come after, I can truly say Shanti is in Wonderland. Thank you and good night. This is going to be a core memory for sure.
Woo! Some of us might have teared up too, because in every girl's victory, you find a little bit of your own. You remember the first time you went on stage? You remember when the world first recognized that you had something in you? Well, thank you so much, Shanti, for making us all cry a little bit tonight. And now, keep those tears going. No. They're like, what? Are you serious? No, guys. This is the end of the night. We have the final award. And this is the best thing about this award night, that this was the crispest, shortest, best, high-quality award show you ever came to. Put your hands together for that. And now, for the final award of the night. This is the prestigious Hollywood Reporter India's Women in Entertainment 2026 Timeless Icon Award in partnership with De Beers. And to present this award, may I please call up on stage the very embodiment of versatility in Indian cinema. She spent 5 decades redefining the craft of acting, moving seamlessly between raw realism of parallel cinema and the emotional grandeur of the mainstream. She's consistently been the voice of the voiceless alongside. To present the award, may we please applaud the wonderful Shabana Azmi. Joining Shabana ji on stage, may I please call upon Chairperson RPSG Lifestyle Media, Miss Avarna Jain, and Senior Vice President, De Beers Group and CEO Forevermark, Shweta Harith. Shabana ji, tonight, she looks, oh my God, like $1,000,000. I told her, we saw her last night, and completely different looks, and she said, had to do it. Love it. Love it. Are we ready? Oh, I'm so excited to announce this award. From the raspy charm of Atikya Khandala to the fierce authority of when she says, Aisha Pat on the screen. Our Timeless Icon Award has spent 3 decades redefining the modern Indian heroine. Fresh off her national award win. A big round of applause for that. For Mrs. Chatterjee versus Norway, she remains the undisputed benchmark for brilliance. She truly is the queen of our hearts. In partnership with De Beers Group, the Hollywood Reporter India's Women in Entertainment Powerlist 2026 Timeless Icon Award goes to the wonderful Rani Mukerji. Much like a diamond, she shines on. 3 decades on. Please give her a round of applause. Ladies and ladies, thank you.
You're special. Hi, guys. Good evening, everyone in this room today. I would like to thank the Hollywood Reporter India for honoring me with the Timeless Icon Award and for celebrating the achievements of women in entertainment. I'm truly, truly grateful and humbled for this recognition. What makes an artist truly timeless is the journey, the years of collaboration with people who shape and enrich that path. I have been incredibly fortunate to work with writers and directors who believe in telling meaningful stories and creating powerful, nuanced representations of women in cinema. Together, we strive to tell stories that resonate, inspire, and celebrate the many dimensions of womanhood. It honestly feels like, actually doesn't feel that I've completed 30 years in the industry, because I started at 16. It feels like the journey has just flown by. But I remain deeply committed to doing meaningful work, to representing women on screen the way they deserve to be seen. I would also like to thank all my fans and well-wishers from around the world for the immense love they have showered on me all through my career, and especially the very recent Mardani 3 for making it a success at the box office. Your support means everything to me. Lastly, my heartfelt thanks to Avarna, Anupama, and the Hollywood Reporter India for creating such a wonderful platform that honors women from our industry and continues to champion stronger representation of women in cinema and entertainment. Thank you so much for your love, kindness, and I'm just so honored to be with such wonderful artists in the same room. Thank you.
What happened tonight is amazing. We aren't just witnessing history, we're watching these women etch it in stone. On behalf of the Hollywood Reporter India and our partners at De Beers Group, we thank you for sharing your unique stories with us tonight. Stories that, much like a diamond, have been forged under pressure and polished to perfection. Your impact, each of you, has truly been timeless. A massive shout out once again to our partners who fuel this brilliance. Our powerhouse partner, De Beers Group. Please put your hands together. Our hosts with the most, the Fairmont Mumbai. Please give them a round of applause. Especially their amazing staff. They've really been wonderful tonight. Celebration Spirit, Roku Gin. Please give them a round of applause, ladies. Keeping us cool once again, Vedika, Himalayan Spring Water, and our loud and proud media partner, iDiva. The speeches are done, the pleasantries have been exchanged. I can finally take off my tummy tucker. It is time to eat, darlings, and shake a leg. From all of us at the Hollywood Reporter India, have a legendary night. Don't forget to stop by and tell one of these women tonight that you absolutely love them. That's truly what I'm going to do up next. See you next year, and thank you for being with us.